welcome to Captain Dorja's Armory. This is Captain Dorja. I am back from 42 days at sea on a container ship called the Washington Express. I went from the east coast of the United States to North Europe. Stopped for about a day and a half in Antwerp. There was a huge storm and we got delayed leaving port. Then the ship went to Bremerhaven, and after that, we went to Southampton in England and back to the U.S. And that was a 42-day trip on the ship, and I'm back now. I got back at about 5 hours ago, and I've been just sort of taking care of some things here before I get rolling. You can see some of the stuff I've been doing right now. I'm trying to get the Star Citizen hangar module to work. When I get it working, I definitely want to take a look in there. I'm really excited about this game. It's not even in alpha testing yet, but I'm pretty stoked about it. Some couple other things that I've been doing. I've been catching up on the Mighty Jingles. So I've been watching some of his videos. Here's one that was looking at earlier, AT-15 video. And I've also been trying to find out whether or not the tires on my car are going to be like ice skates. This is my car. I like it a lot. It's a 2014 Mustang V6 Coupe Premium. But I live in Virginia right now, and I bought this car in Virginia. And on Wednesday, January 8th, I'm going to be driving up to Maine in the northeastern part of the United States. And the weather there has been really, really bad. Lots of snow, lots of ice, lots of freezing rain, and I'm really worried that my tires are not going to grip the road at all. So I've been looking for some all-weather performance tires for my car, stuff like that. But I just want to let you guys know that my 42-day hiatus is over. I'm back, and I have some replays from before the patch to take a look at, and as soon as I get recorded over those, I'm going to patch the hell out of this game so that I can play some tanks myself. So I just want to take a look at a couple of battles real quick here, and I'm pretty excited to be back. Well, alright, now that I'm back, I can do the thing here, and I had 3 battles saved from before I went to sea that I wanted to take a look at. And of course, since I don't save my game clients, I have to do the recording before I can update. And patch 8.10 is out, and I want to be playing it. So we're going to look at these battles. And this one here is a WZ-131 battle. And you can see right away that we're on Swamp, and this is a very, very Tier 10 battle. The enemy team have 4 Tier 9s and a Tier 7 Scout, and our team has 4 Tier 9s and a Tier 7 Scout. We have a lot of tank destroyers and a lot of tanks that can just pretty much instantly kill me. So we're going to have to be very, very, very careful here, or else we're going to die a horrible, horrible death. And I have to say, I've really been enjoying playing my WZ-131. It's a really fun little tank. I don't know, as I get better at World of Tanks, the light tank gameplay seems to appeal to me a heck of a lot more. So we're going to go into fixed camera mode, and we're just going to watch, because I'm very much just going to play as a scout tank. So I'm parked up here. I'm hoping to get some vision for my team, and firing at that 50B was honestly not worth it, but it was an AMX 50B. I thought I might actually have a chance of doing damage to him. So I popped off one shot, and then I got back, and we're gonna poke back out and try to be a scout tank again. Interesting to see this Waffenträger E100 backing around the corner like that. That's actually probably one of the few Waffenträger players I've seen do that. So I decided I need to move forward to get spots, and I draw a little bit of aggro right there, but as I'm moving around, I am able to detect several enemy tanks, including both of their T110s, the E3 and the E4. We've detected a T57 Heavy who just shot me in the face. So I'm down to 562 health. So now I can be one-shot by just about everything in the game except the... Basically, well, no, I can be one-shot by about half the tanks in the game. Let's be honest. But I'm proxy spotted right here, so I have to be really careful. And even poking up like this far was really stupid. If that T-57 Heavy had half a brain, he would have just killed me. But the enemy T-110s have backed off far enough that it's now safe for me to move up. And I've resumed spawning of the T-57 Heavy. And if he could see me, he would be firing at me. So you saw right there that when I fired at that 57 Heavy, he immediately slewed his turret over and looked at me, because by firing my gun, I gave away my position. So we proximity spot the T-110, and he takes a huge hit. Now, the enemy basically knows I'm here, but right now they can't really do anything about it. So we're just going to continue sitting up here, trying to look for enemy tanks. Now, I realize this is not the most exciting gameplay ever, but we're fulfilling an important role right now. As much as we can, we're attempting to be the eyes of our team, and it's actually working. We managed to spot the T-110E3 right there, although really we're basically just proxy spawning him at this point. But the enemy can't do anything about it because I'm in artillery cover, and their T-57 Heavy and their M103 are, over behind that big rock, and I'm in cover from the 50B. So if I get proxy spotted, it's actually worse for the enemy than it is for me. Now, normally, proxy spotting is not really how you want to be doing it with something like a 131. And you can see that I'm focusing myself on this bush over here where the T-57 probably is, because he's the guy that I'm really concerned about the most. Now, at this point, nothing's really happening, and I'm beginning to think that it may be time to, not really to advance per se, but to just get some vision. We spot the T-95, but he spots us. Well, unfortunately for Mr. T-95, even though he did spot me, when I spotted him, he lost 950 health. So, all told, I would say that worked out quite well for me. But I don't really feel like poking over this ridge again. Now, that was probably the IS-7 being detected and getting shot by... and getting me shot. So what just happened right there, that IS-7 parked right behind me. The enemy saw the IS-7. The enemy fired at the IS-7. They hit me, even though I was camoed up, and I lost 354 health. So that was pretty nice of that IS-7 to like use me as a meat shield. But at that point, I basically am like, alright, screw you then. If you're going to get me killed, I'm not going to find targets for you, you dick. So I relocate. Now again, just trying to pick my way over here. I don't want to get too close to that E100, because I don't want him to proxy spot me. I want that E100 to die. And once that E100 is dead, I can move out from where I just was. Now this is bad. I've seen the 268, but the 268 is not reacting to me. So I decided to ignore the 268. I'm a lot more worried about the E5. So I take cover from the enemies up by the capture. I respot the 268, who is now facing the wrong way. I go for a detracking shot on the 268 and miss, but the 268 misses me. Luckily for the 268, his spaced armor eats my shot, and I'm unable to damage him. But he did not survive the encounter, and I did. So, the enemy's really dispersed and down to just a few tanks. So, it's a good time for us to start looking for weaknesses to exploit. Now you can see that I'm trying to find shots at the rear of those heavies over there. And here goes our Batchat doing the Batchat thing like he should. He's going to go in there and clean up that T95. The Batchat spotted the T92, so I go for the T92. First shot goes high and I miss. Maneuvering around the shell holes. Looks like the T92's given up. So we put a shot into him. Our GW Type E rains death from above. So the only thing left is the T57 Heavy, and we're closing in for him. I'd like to get some damage on this 57 Heavy, but he sees me. None of my teammates were as close as I thought. I thought my whole team was going in right there, and they weren't. So the 57 Heavy dispatches me with prejudice, and I can't really say that I blame him. So, not a very exciting battle. I didn't fire very many shots, and only one of them did any damage. So I only did 208 damage. But it's a victory, and let's take a look at the results that we got out of that battle, because it was actually kind of surprising. So we can see our post-battle results right here. That was 3 times experience for the first win of the day. So I managed to get 3,681 experience and 41,622 credits. Now we can see our litany of destruction right here. It doesn't really involve hardly any destruction. We only put 1 damaging hit in all game and did 208 damage. But you can see we had a 911 detection damage on the T95. We had another 728 on the T57 Heavy, 146 on the T92, 1,004 on the E4, and the entire 1950 on the Object 268. So if we sort by damage, the only person on my team who did less damage than me was our M103 player named WTF Chuck, and he didn't look to be a very good player. He did no damage. I only did 208. So second lowest damage, almost lowest in the entire battle, except for the 4 people that did 0. I actually had the lowest damage in the battle total. But interestingly, if we sort by experience earned, I was actually the number 2 experience earning player on my team, 818. The Batchat only got about 20 more experience than I did, and he came in first in the match. So that's pretty interesting. And if we take a look at the detailed report there, we can see where all that experience came from. It definitely wasn't from damage. We fired 7 shots, 3 hit, and only 1 did any damage. We took 3 hits and died, 1,200 potential damage. But what we did was 4,739 spotting. We detected 7 enemies, and of those 7 enemies, 4,739 damage was done due to our detection. So that counts as 50%. That counts as if I did 50% of that damage, and that was almost all to tier 10s and to a tier 9. So it was a lot of stuff above my tier, and it was nice. So even though I only did 208 damage in that game, it was like I did almost 3,000, which is sweet. So the more I play World of Tanks, the more I'm really getting to enjoy the light tank gameplay. It's like as I get better, light tanks become a lot more fun because you need to be tactical and you need to know what you're doing. You need to really know what's going on. You can't just like blunder into an alley and kill everything like you could with a heavy back in the day. So I've been really enjoying the light tanks lately. And I know that wasn't like a real riveting, exciting battle, but I thought it was a pretty good example of what even a noob scout driver, because I am a noob scout driver, but even for a noob scout driver, you can have a big impact in that game. And I think that was a good example of my WC131 scouting, where I didn't do a particularly good job scouting, but I lit up a lot of targets. I got a lot of damage done on those targets, and just assisting my tier 10s to win the battle. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely enjoyed playing that battle. I'm looking forward to patching up my game and getting into some more action. So until next time, guys, just remember, this is Captain Dorja. You're watching Captain Dorja's Armory, and you can never have enough big guns.